As soon as I finished doing that last video, I went to my email and I got this from it's Crane's Business. I think it's for Chicago. So, because I just did it about my last two videos were about, or my last video was about the public-private partnership. So let me tell you a little bit about this. Interesting. 3 top leaders depart World Business Chicago. 2 Lightfoot appointees and a longtime innovation and tech chair will leave the public-private partnership in 2024. And so the only one I could find information about why is the one farthest from me. His name is Michael. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. I think he was the CEO. She's co-chair. And anyway, so yeah, he's leaving. He doesn't have anything else lined up. And he does not want to discuss why. He just thanks Lightfoot and then the current the current mayor. So, yeah, but he was also tied to some other things. First, let me tell you about who the World Business Chicago is. The World Business Chicago, WBC, is the official economic development organization for the city of Chicago. It is a public-private partnership and a 501c3 nonprofit organization supported by funding from the city of Chicago, so taxpayers, philanthropies, and the business community. So yeah, and then if you go a little bit down, the stated mission of the organization is to drive inclusive economic growth. Yeah, tied to it was all tied to the, they've always had, but here's more, okay, reason. So that guy, Michael, well, he was part of this group. See, Michael, I don't even want to try to pronounce his last name. CEO of World Business Chicago. He's the one leaving and doesn't want to say why he's leaving. He'll stay until February, and they don't have a successor. Not saying anything else. Yes, he's part of, I didn't even know there was a Harvard Club of Chicago. The Harvard Club, of course. Harvard and Yale, those are the top ones. All the universities are pretty not good. Now, Yale has the most secret societies. Harvard, on the other hand, even though this Michael, who was heading up the Chicago World Business, the one that's leaving, the CEO, I mean, he wasn't, medicine is what you have to, Harvard is just, it's one of the top. Because they're, Yale and Harvard were, Yale being the first, they're the 2 universities that started it all. I'm going to give you a little background into Harvard, though, interesting. Because what their secret society was a medical secret society, and they were grave robbers. Yeah, they say it's faded out since then. You never know. Yale, though, yeah, Yale's got like 10 of them. They're worth millions. They have trusts, Scroll and Key. Yeah, Book and Snake. Yeah, I've done videos. They're on my Rumble. Anyway, so yeah, the welcome to Harvard Club of Chicago. We bring together Chicago area alumni, students, faculty, and others affiliated with Harvard, including, all would sound good. No. Because this is that control. Like most of the people, politicians, and even if they didn't come from Yale or Harvard, most did, though, that are in office or even at your local level. And even if they didn't, Columbia's the next one, any of them, especially the Ivy Leagues, you just, I don't know, something in the water, I don't know. Can't figure it out. Before I show you about the Harvard Secret Society, I did want to say this middle woman here, she's Molly, I think Hobson. I might be saying it. She used to be married to George Lucas until 2013. She's been CEO of JP Morgan Chase, yeah, running all those circles, all the kind of same areas, yeah. The other one, Michael Tebe, he graduated University of Chicago as an entrepreneur. I don't know. But it is interesting that all 3 top leaders are departing that. So, on to Harvard, because that's him, the CEO, who's leaving and who won't say why. He was in medical there. But just because I haven't said anything much about the good old Yale Secret Society, or not Yale, Harvard's. And the Medical Secret Society was the Spunker Club. Yeah, the truth about Harvard's secret society. This was 2021. Yeah, you'd think it was just innocent, right? Because everybody says, oh, it's just a fraternity, a bunch of nerds. No, they're not. They're syndicates. This one supposedly has faded. Nobody's really heard about it, but I can give you this. Around 1770, Harvard medical students formed a club dedicated to grave robbing. Yeah, I was trying to find a picture and I did a video. It's in one of my videos from a while ago about, because I kind of did a bunch on a bunch of different universities, and I did one specifically on this medical group because there was a picture of them with the bodies they stolen, like the bones. Yeah, they were proud of it. At the same time, Massachusetts only allowed anatomy students to dissect the body of executed criminals. These corpses were rare, amounting to little more than one body per year. That was hardly enough for medical schools, so these schools began to, I can't see part of it, body snatching, politely referred to as resurrection men, to do their dirty work. Yeah, so like I said, it's kind of important where the roots stem from. I think it is anyway. So, I mean, who would do stuff like this? But, I mean, you could say, oh, they're just kids. Yeah, how many kids would go and just take... I mean, it's not like they did it just once. They did it multiple times. All in the name of science. This is even worse, though. Grave robbers disproportionately dug up the bodies of African Americans. Grave robbers were often pointed toward where to find cadavers. In the United States, medical schools often turn to burial grounds in poor and marginalized parts of town. A majority of the snatched bodies were unfortunately, I can't see part of it, enslaved, is it? And freed African Americans. Yeah, so when the nursing profession at the top, all these people, because American Nurses Association, they're an alumni. They are. So is American Medical Association. They're all alumni. I've looked into them. So that's all no different than Harvard. They're Harvard Club of Chicago. It's an alumni. It's a special club, and you ain't in it. And depending on the club, yeah, you don't want to be in it. It's a good thing. But when they came out with the racial reckoning, it's like, yeah, but you weren't really legit. Like, yeah, you guys were racist, clearly, because you support a bunch of people that you're pushing a racial division. You just reversed. The nurses aren't racist, but that's what American Nurses Association did. They came out and said, we're going to reckon our racist past. Yeah, I didn't know they had a racist past, but yeah, all these alumni students that go into these associations, secret clubs, whatever. American Nurses Association is a known association. However, many of them stay secret. They just go into our government. You see how they're all twisted. Like, I don't think many of them have much empathy. That's the reason they were able to go along with stuff that just hurts people, and they don't care what they do to others. I've looked into them enough. So here's a little bit more. You can look up the author, yeah, Harvard's Secret Court, the Savage 1920 Purge of Campus Homosexuals. So all of these universities and all of these nursing saying we're about diversity, inclusive, no, it's just, they're talking points. That's why they say them over and over again. It has nothing to do with science. It has to do with the political agenda out of the World Economic Forum, as everybody knows, and a ton of people. I would say probably, who knows if it was Yale that created the World Economic Forum. Who will ever know? Who even cares? Most grotesque people there because of all of their sick ideas. And just to maybe end here, yeah, Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th president, was a member of the Porcelain Club during his time at Harvard University. Yep. And I believe this was also a secret society at one time. I think Harvard's may have been dismantled, but it doesn't show that the Harvard people or the Yale, and something happens to these university students. If you got out with being able to care about others, good. But many in our government at high places don't. And this was the symbol for Theodore Roosevelt's Porcelain Club.